Atlanta Business Chronicles Biz. Sponsored by Georgia Power.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us. We begin today with headlines. An annual list of the nation's largest companies is out. The Fortune 500 represents about 2/3 of the nation's gross domestic product. Georgia has 17 companies that made the cut. The Home Depot was the highest-ranking Georgia-based firm on this year's Fortune 500 list. It ranked 23rd, the same as last year. Coca-Cola moved the most, but in the wrong direction. It lost ground. It ranked 87th after coming in 64th last year. The Fortune 500 list is based on annual revenue. For the 6th year in a row, Walmart topped the overall list. Well, the Home Depot could soon have some even stiffer competition from rival Lowe's. That's because hedge fund manager Bill Ackman is reportedly investing $1 billion in Lowe's so that it's better positioned to go head-to-head with its Atlanta-based rival. Separately, a former Home Depot executive is now headed to Lowe's. Marvin Ellison left Home Depot back in 2015 to become CEO of JCPenney. Last week, he announced he would be Lowe's new chief executive officer. Well, Coca-Cola no doubt hopes consumers will be sweet on its new line of low-sugar drinks. The Atlanta-based company is rolling out 4 flavors of Simply Light juices. The new products aim to cut calories and sugar consumption. For instance, the Simply Light orange juice has about half the calories and sugar of its Simply Orange counterpart. Separately, Coke is also moving forward with plans to let you create your own soft drink. The company is upgrading its freestyle drink machines. The new version will have Bluetooth capabilities so you can link with your smartphone. The new freestyle fountains could roll out next year. Design and construction firms stand to gain a lot of business from the state. The University System of Georgia is looking to hire a design and program management firm for a $23 million building for the business school at the University of West Georgia. Meanwhile, the state has also issued a request for qualifications for companies interested in designing Georgia State's new Convocation Center. That design contract could be worth $4 million. The new Convocation Center has the potential to be worth about $79 million. Georgia banks are in the money. New data from the FDIC shows profits soared in the first quarter. The Georgia Bankers Association reports banks in the Peach State earned more than $1 billion in the first 3 months of the year. That's an increase of 36% from the same time last year. Now, most of the FDIC-insured banks in the state, 95%, were profitable. And you're doing your part. Deposits were at a record $260 billion. Gwinnett County could snap up 100 acres of land in Norcross. Officials have reached a deal with fiber optics maker OFS Brightwave for its property at I-85 and Jimmy Carter Boulevard. About a decade ago, Lucent Technologies was on that campus. Some speculate the site would be primed for a transit hub. It's not far from the Doraville MARTA station. Well, hundreds gathered at the Whitley Hotel in Buckhead for the 11th annual CFO of the Year Awards. Honorees ranged from chief financial pros at public companies to those in education and nonprofits. Rex Schutte received the Lifetime Achievement Award for his 16-year tenure at United Community Banks. While he reflected on his past service, he says the future holds major challenges for CFOs, especially in the area of cybersecurity.
There's so much out there in hacking information, getting access, so there's so much time on the IT side of the world spent in protecting all the data that's around.
Under Schutte's financial leadership, United Community grew from $2 billion in assets to more than $12 billion. Schutte retired last year.